Welcome to today's lesson on plant pathogens and mineral deficiencies. In this session, we will explore how plants can be affected by various viral, bacterial, and fungal pathogens, as well as insects. Additionally, we will look into how ion deficiencies can lead to specific plant conditions. In our lesson today, we will dive into specific examples of plant pathogens, including the Tobacco Mosaic Virus, frequently shortened to TMV, black spot fungal disease, and aphids as insect pests. We will also examine how a lack of essential ions in the soil, such as nitrogen and magnesium, can cause deficiency symptoms in plants. Understanding these concepts advances our biological understanding by highlighting the various challenges that plants face, from disease to nutrient shortages. This insight is essential for developing effective strategies for plant protection, as well as for improving agricultural practices. Plants can be affected by a variety of pathogens, including viruses, bacteria, fungi, and insects. These pathogens can cause significant damage to crops, impacting food production and the economy. Let's explore some common plant pathogens, as well as their effects. The Tobacco Mosaic Virus, TMV, is one of the most well-known plant viruses. TMV primarily affects tobacco plants, but can also infect other plants, such as tomatoes and peppers. TMV causes distinctive patterns on leaves, which appear as mosaic-like, light, and dark green patches. Infected plants may also show stunted growth, reduced yield, and leaf curling. TMV spreads through direct contact between plants, contaminated tools, and even through the hands of gardeners or farmers. It can persist in soil and plant debris for long periods. This makes it an abiding threat. Managing TMV involves practices such as using resistant plant varieties, sanitizing tools, and rotating crops to reduce the risk of infection. Rose black spot is a fungal disease that affects rose plants. Affected plants develop black or dark brown spots on their leaves. As the disease progresses, the leaves turn yellow and fall off, thus weakening the plant. This can lead to reduced flower production and overall vigor. The fungus spreads through water splashes from rain or irrigation, and can also be spread by wind or contaminated tools. Rose black spot fungal spores can survive over winter in fallen leaves and mulch. To prevent rose black spot, it's essential to maintain good air circulation around plants, remove and dispose of infected leaves, and apply fungicidal treatments as needed. Aphids are small, sap-sucking insects that can infest many types of plant. Aphids are among the most common insect pests that affect plants. Aphids feed on plant sap, which can cause leaves to yellow, curl, or develop spots. Severe infestations can stunt plant growth, reduce yields, and transmit viruses from one plant to another, thus acting as vectors for disease. Aphid populations can be managed through various means. One example is through the use of natural predators, such as ladybirds and lacewings. A second is through insecticidal soaps and neem oil. Furthermore, regularly inspecting plants and removing aphids by hand or with a strong jet of water can be useful in controlling this pest. Besides pathogens, plants can also suffer from mineral deficiencies that can severely affect their health, as well as their productivity. Let's take a closer look at two key minerals, nitrates and magnesium. Firstly, let's cover nitrate deficiency. Nitrates are crucial for the synthesis of amino acids, which are the building blocks for the proteins that are needed for a plant to grow. Symptoms of nitrate deficiency can include stunted growth and pale green or yellow leaves due to a lack of chlorophyll. To correct nitrate deficiency, fertilizers that contain nitrogen can be added to the soil. Now, let's understand magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is essential for making chlorophyll, the molecule that is responsible for capturing light energy for photosynthesis. Symptoms of magnesium deficiency can include the yellowing of leaves, particularly older leaves. This is a condition known as chlorosis. Magnesium deficiency can also result in stunted and weak growth. Correcting magnesium deficiency typically involves applying magnesium-containing fertilizers or magnesium sulfates, such as Epsom salts, to the soil. Plants are vulnerable to a range of diseases caused by viral, bacterial, and fungal pathogens, as well as damage from insect pests such as aphids. Understanding the symptoms and methods of transmission for these diseases can help in managing and preventing them effectively. Before we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on the history of plant pathology. The concept of plant pathogens was thoroughly explored in the 19th century by Anton de Bary, a German biologist who is often referred to as the father of plant pathology.
In 1861, I made a crucial discovery that would forever change our understanding of plant diseases. After months of research, I confirmed that the blight that had caused the Irish potato famine was caused by a fungus-like organism. This revelation marked the beginning of a new field of study that we now call plant pathology. The understanding of plant diseases, I realized, was of paramount importance, not just for the sake of science, but for the survival and prosperity of the countless communities dependent on healthy crops.
In today's lesson, we explored various plant pathogens, including viruses, bacteria, fungi, and insects. We learned about the Tobacco Mosaic Virus, TMV, which causes mosaic-like discoloration and stunts plant growth. We then discussed rose-black spot disease, which is marked by dark spots on leaves, as well as significant defoliation. We also examined the threat of insect pests, focusing on aphids, which transmit viruses and weaken plants by draining their nutrients. This makes aphid pests very difficult to control. Additionally, we reviewed how ion deficiencies, such as the magnesium deficiency that leads to chlorosis, which is yellowing leaves, can affect plant health. Understanding these threats highlights the importance of early detection and management in order to protect plants. This can be used to ensure successful crop cultivation and ecological balance.